Looks like it's there. All right, welcome to Friday Night Comics, everybody. We Believe in Comics, our weekly Friday night workshops at the Sequential Artist Workshop. SAW is a 501c3 nonprofit with online courses. You can find them in detail at learn.sawcomics.org. Next week, we've got a reading of recent graduates of the SAW graphic novel intensive, including me, and 6 other artists. So I hope you'll join us on December 26th for that. And we have Maureen Burdock's course coming up soon, the Graphic Medicine 3-month deep dive. We've also got Tom's new podcast with Georgia Weber, Drawing Health. That's coming up. I will post the link to the Substack link to that into chat in a little bit later on. And we've got SAW end of year fundraiser going on. You can find more details on the SAW site or on social media. Again, you can find out all the classes coming up at learn.sawcomics.org. And any work that you do tonight, send it to us. We will put it into our weekly PDF and post it on Seesaw Comics. Yeah, right there, our little Friday night comics section. Thank you if you donated tonight. That helps pay our guest artists and all the stuff. Oh, Sarah Cox is having trouble zooming in. I'll try to help her in a minute. So thank you for your donations. If you're able to donate, we really appreciate it. We survive from tuitions and donation. Well, I just said that. It's a little redundant, isn't it? You can also support us at PayPal or Patreon, or consider becoming a sustaining member. It's kind of like PBS. Share your work that you do tonight with the hashtag Friday Night Comics or at Comics Workshop or both. And join us for free on the mothership members.sawcomics.org. It's a great community of artists. Please, no inappropriate speech or images tonight when we share, no trolling or hate speech or explicit, etc. Thank you. When in doubt, keep it PG-13. Oh yeah, Annie says we try to keep these to 90 minutes. So usually by 8:30 Eastern, unless a lot of people, didn't get to share and then I feel bad and then we just go on till 2 a.m. Anyway, we hope you have a good time tonight. Thanks for being here. And tonight, Highlight in the Dark with Hannah March Sanders, my pal.
Thanks, Michael. All right. Do I have screen share permission with?
You do, and what I'm going to do in chat is I'm going to summarize in text things you
Oh,
say. So I'm going to mute myself while I do that so you don't hear the ticky tick tack of
oh,
my
I love that
keyboard.
sound. And hopefully sound works with my sharing. You guys can let me know if it doesn't.
You
I
sound
don't know.
great.
Oh, okay. I mean, like from what I'm sharing, I there's like a video part. I don't know if that's an extra thing, but now where did share screen move? Because everything is different now. Well, hi guys. Sorry, I'm like moving directly into the weeds where I like to live and trying to fix stuff. But I'm really glad you guys came. Makes me feel good to see people here who are interested in drawing with me tonight, which is what I'm always excited to do. And this community has been really, really important to me, and not just for my work, for life. So I just wanted to say thank you to all you guys that I work with. Um, regularly as a mom of two who works full time can. And we all have our life complications. And so it's really fun to be here and um, nervous to be on this side of things, even though I am a teacher. So, yeah, thanks. Thanks, Sarah. I'm glad you're here too. All right. So let me find my share screen somewhere. Please tell me in the chat if you guys know immediately, because I haven't done the teaching part on Zoom in a while. I had to teach online some during the pandemic, and that was hard. Bottom right, the green arrow. Okay, maybe I need to. Oh, I had to close the chat to see it. Isn't that ironic? All right, here's my email with our Zoom link. That's what we're looking at now. All right. So I did make a little PowerPoint to kind of, I was advised to show like a little background or share some things that are coming up. So I wanted to show some work I do kind of with this technique I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight and experiment with. Um, so I love an outline. Basically, I'll show you my sloppy comics, like how I got into it, which is basically through my notebooks, my journals, my sketchbook practice. Those of you who know me knows that's like my life, my whole life. And then show you the process that I use, which is really great for someone like me who's high anxiety, and who second guesses themselves and has like a really strong inner critic. So I feel like this process is good for that because you kind of like try to flow into your unconscious a little bit and intentionally make a mess. And then you try to like pull shapes of it out of it, like you're looking at the clouds. And then I'm excited the most for the share. So I'm going to start and see if this video will work just as an introduction of how this process kind of applies to comics. And if the sound doesn't work, we'll just skip that and do the rest. So someone let me
There's a little checkbox if you want to share sound, I
know.
think. So you may want to unshare and
Oh, okay.
share and see that you get that little box.
Yes, perfect. Okay, great. Thanks, Michael. I have to enter my password. Okay. I hope it did that.
Oh, now we've got the echo. It's
All right.
always something.
I'm going to skip that.
Yeah, maybe unshare without the box. Maybe the box was the wrong move.
Hmm.
Now you're completely muted.
I had to leave with that other call, so I'll put that back on later. I think doing that unmuted my phone, unfortunately,
I'm
which
sorry.
meant my sound was messed up. So anyway, fun technical difficulties, but we move on. So I wanted to share a little bit about Buzz Spector. Can you guys hear me okay now? Okay. Um, he's a book artist that really inspired me in my book arts practice, which is my comics and really everything that I do. So he talks about how like viewing books as art is really different from viewing other artwork because it's intimate, right? You go out and look at art shows, like you dress up, you go out, but when you're reading a book, it's like your body is the lectern. You're right there with it, and it's very intimate. And I feel like comics really reflect that. That's why we're able to talk about anything in comics, which is something I really love about them. And also, as a person with a printmaking background, I'm really into the freedom to self-publish, to get your ideas out there, to kind of circumvent like the powers that be that kind of control publishing industries. So part of what I teach is like how to print your own things, make a lot of copies of them, how to get them out there, how to bind books, things like that. Um, and so, hmm, I don't know what's going on. Um, and so then I wanted to talk to you guys about how I got into books. I mean, really, I started as a young child. I wasn't very good at writing or very good at drawing, but I had a desire to express myself and to have a kind of companion with me at all times, which is my sketchbooks. And I did study printmaking painting at Tulane University and took a book arts class there. And I was very interested in like experimental forms of the book. So I took this clock apart and wrote a poem and made etchings of it and put it in the back kind of as a book. And so I think my general practice is like, I don't know how to do anything, so I'm going to do it some weird way and I'll maybe learn some things in the process. So that's the mindset that I'm coming from with this. Um, so I did learn how to do lots of book forms at that time, like how to bind books out of things. And then I kind of fell out of that practice until I was in graduate school at LSU studying printmaking. And I started taking all the like waste from my printmaking process, so like color proofs and practice prints, and saving them and making books out of them. And I really wanted to continue that, but then I like started a job and had a kid, and it was like, so I'd saved all this massive paper to make books out of one day. And when I decided to get back into it, I decided to make one sketchbook out of all of it. So that's what this was, that I called the Book of Errors. And this was the point when I started like giving a theme to my books. And really, this book became like me dialoguing with my past selves, which was a really interesting way to create a narrative too. And I think started my interest kind of in graphic memoir, although I didn't know to call it that at that time. So most of my books, I take like old cereal boxes or a board from the back of sketchbooks, and I'll cover it with fabric that I print. And then it's just made out of paper that I find or people throw away or what's cheap. A lot of Blick sulfite white paper, if you guys are ever interested in a cheap sketching paper. And then I write about my day, road trips, hikes that I took, draw my kids. I mean, is this a comic? I don't know. It's something I did on the 15th of May in 2018 at 5:17 a.m. That's when I was awake with my kid, and that's when you make the art. And I think comics came through that because I loved to read them and I was interested in narrative and storytelling. And I'd had a lot of trouble doing that through like other formats of art making. But comics are obviously a natural format for that. So I just find when I start drawing, very much in Linda Berry's vein of like just start putting something on the paper, you'll find your way through that. So I appreciate what it brings to my practice. And then I do teach art at a small university in Southeast Missouri. So I'm like in the classroom with models a lot. I'm drawing my students. I'm just doodling and kind of all using that process that we're going to go over today. So just some more work. And I guess if I'm writing text for my dad next to my drawing studies, it's a comic. I don't know, maybe. These are some studies of my youngest son's drawings of birds, which I thought were excellent. And he wanted to make rhyming words, so we did that together. Is that a comic? I don't know. And then a perspective study for a student, teach him how to draw perspective, that I turned into a comic about, therapy sessions end and then you're just like messed up, right? You got to go on with your life. Um, and so I was making work like this, like in the rest of my life, like prints, and other things. And this is what they started to look like, which really started to look like comics. And the first comics class that I took, the professor said I have Dr. Bronner's aesthetic. That's what he said, because I try to put too much stuff into everything, too much information. So an artist that I like that does the same kind of thing as Simon Evans. It's actually an artist couple that operates under his name, and they do like catalogs of things and they use map formats to draw. I'm very into infographics and things like that. They're wonderful inspiration for comic making. So I recommend looking them up, or just researching infographics as a format. And then I teach through that too. So this was part of a demo for an assignment where I like drew every car I'd had because I'm horrible at drawing cars, and like wrote the stories about them.
Anna,
Uh,
we had a question from Yesha. She wanted to know, were these comics you made first and then bound, or were these bound blank
mm,
pages and then you drew and wrote in them?
that's a good question. Yeah, so they're bound pages first. Blank paper that I find scraps, and then like if I do this print edition, I'm probably going to make 50 of these and like 35 of them are going to work out. And so I take the other paper and put it in there too, because maybe I change my mind on the color or something doesn't line up right. Um, so it's horrible to start on a blank piece of paper, is my theory. But thanks for asking that. Um, so yeah, in all my work, I'm just kind of bringing together like collaged material and drawing and printing it. Um, and then I've, tried more intentionally to participate in comics because I've been taking some classes at SAW and working with my friends. And so I started a web comic maybe like 8 or 9 weeks ago. I don't know. And it's on Substack, and it's about adopting a dog to raise as a service dog for my disability, because it's both really, really hard and amazing and a lot of other things in between. So, this is my actual comic that I'm working on, I guess. And I do this on Procreate because it's just very convenient. I prefer hand drawing, but it's convenient to do that. So these are just some little snapshots from that. If you want to read it, it's free. I appreciate if anyone wants to check it out, give me some comments. And I guess all this leads me to say, like, what even is a comic? Which I've kind of been asking throughout this, and that I like asking that question, not as like a critique of what a comic is, but just like to talk about the expansiveness of it. And, I'd love to hear in your share what you think about this too, but like I get the sense of like narrative and repetition, which creates narrative, this idea of empathy when you're reading a comic, like you connect to it somehow. And then I don't know, images with or without text. I don't know if text without images could be a comic. That would be an interesting thing to discuss. But I think images without text could be. Um, and if anything isn't a comic, I don't know. I don't know that I could put anything in there. Again, maybe just text. I don't know. You guys can tell me. These are questions I have for you. I'm not really teaching this. I'm just like coming here asking you stuff. Um, and then I guess this is an example of like, is this a comic? This is something I did through Comics People, where I did a zine exchange and designed a zine and printed it and sent it out. And then later I remixed those images for this billboard project that was in Morgantown, that was about like the political communication coming through billboards and trying to disrupt that with something just like random. So that's what we did. He like rented billboards with a grant and we put our art up there. So it was really fun. So maybe that's a comic. I don't know. But Michael said everyone just wants to draw. So all the technical things withstanding, let's draw. It's something that I specialize in doing with my teaching is drawing the figure. And I think a lot of people who draw comics are like really self-conscious about drawing people. So I wanted to kind of jump into that, but not start with people because that's too much. But start with puppies because why not? And relevant to my webcomic maybe. So this is a little zine I made just doodling puppies from the internet. So yeah, I will have to get back on my other Zoom so you guys can see my hands. So I'm gonna mute myself here and try to join again.
When you do, raise your Zoom hand so I can find you and spotlight you. Man, I'm such a fan of your work while you're doing that. It just blows my mind. There you are. So are we gonna watch the second camera? Should we stop the slideshow so we can do that?
I can't unmute myself.
Oh, that's to unmute. Oh, because I have to make you co-host. But you already are co-host. Mhm. Okay. Now both of you are co-hosts.
Okay. I think this should work now. Can you guys hear me? And
Mhm.
okay,
So should I
thanks.
spotlight your second camera, Hannah?
Yeah, that'd be good. I might have both open at some point if you want to double spotlight. Because I think I kind of need both, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just like to make things complicated, I guess.
No, it's not complicated at all.
All right, so this is what Michael was talking about earlier with tools. So you'll need something light and something darker. This could be digital, physical, whatever. I put some of my favorite tools down here because we all love to nerd out about that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like Blackwing pencils are awesome. And then I've learned about a lot of great fountain pens because I blow through a standard pen in like a week to 2 weeks because I'm just like so obsessive with writing and drawing. So I've really enjoyed getting into that. So whatever tools you guys have, whatever paper, a lot of times I buy these, like, you can buy like 500 sheets of 12 by 18 sulfite white paper for almost no money on Blick. And it's great for books and for comics and just working on. So I buy big sheets of it and I tear it down with my favorite tool, a bone folder, if you want to get real nerdy about book art stuff. So if anyone's interested in book stuff later, let me know, because I love it. So does everyone have something, hopefully, to work with? Okay. All right. So I'm going to just kind of time some stuff, Michael, using my stopwatch because it's not going to be very long. So one thing I found really useful in teaching is doing incredibly short drawings. So I would ask everyone to set aside the idea that anything's going to be good. And what even does that mean? But like what this process does is to connect you more to like your unconscious brain. So I don't know if any of you guys have done gesture drawing before, but it's really just about like basic shapes and forms. So I've gotten some images, puppies, through Creative Commons license, which is a great way to search on Flickr, where you're allowed to use the images for various purposes. So you're not just like taking random stuff from Google. It's also different stuff than you might find normally. And then, of course, a picture of my baby on here that is my webcomic baby. So I've kind of done some preview sketches, if you guys can see these. Highlighter's hard to see.
Can we
So I'll
switch,
use,
can we switch back to your, so we're seeing the slide with your puppet. Oh, it's so cute. But
yeah.
now your camera's small. So
Ew.
what do we
Can you
want people
double
to
pin
see?
me? Can you pin the other me? Or maybe I can pin me.
I think I have both of you both
Oh,
cameras
okay.
on Spotlight, but
Well,
I
I'll
don't
just
think
ask you guys to imagine this puppy so you can then see. Does this make it better or weirder? That's weirder.
yeah, that's weirder. That's good.
Okay. All right. So I kind of did a pre-doodle here. So I'll show you guys the process and then we'll do some really short, like 30-second gesture drawings, okay, of some puppies for fun. So the basics of this process, if you haven't done gesture before, I'll draw my little puppy here again, is like you start with just a center line that I call the essence line. It's like their spine. Like if they were like leaning around, you draw it like curvy. And then you draw shapes for the body. For humans, it's usually two shapes because you have a rib cage and a pelvis. But like in this little guy that I'm drawing lying down here, he's just a sausage. He's just a little sausage boy. So I'm just going to draw his little sausage body and then a head and then his snout and then his nose. So everything you draw is just transparent, layered. His little leggies, his ham hocks, little feet. And I put some circles for the eyes, and the ears I draw like just little lines and make them like that. And then same thing for my other doggy. If it's a big portrait face, I'm going to draw a line for his face, his forehead, his nose, his eyes, his little ears. It's just really scribbling. His tongue. So I kind of, anything like a leg, I'll draw just like a center line first, and then I'll put a little sausage around it. And that's how I get my outlines of stuff. And any highlighter or light tool will do for that. All right, so now I'm going to share again my PowerPoint, and I want you guys to just get some paper, and we're going to kind of do these little studies. And again, try to make them look bad. Like try your hardest to make them look horrible, because then.
But we're doing these with the highlight, not our dark.
Mhm. Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
start with just the highlighter. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. So I'll kind of move us through the slides, and anytime I switch a slide, just start a new drawing. Okay. So we'll do a minute on this in this first one so you can kind of get warmed up. I know that seems like almost no time. And it is. So you guys can start whenever if you want. So start with like kind of a center line of what you're going to draw and then make some sausage babies. And we'll come back to these later if we have time. But they're also good for warm-ups.
Are we drawing both of them or just one?
Anything your time allows. So if you're a fast
Ah,
drawer like me, you can do both. If you want to do just one, that's fine too. I really have not that many rules except like scribble something with a highlighter and then later we'll put pen on it. Yours might end up being birds, Michael. I don't know.
oh no, I love your puppy.
All right, we're nearing the end, if you can believe it. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next one. Please enjoy these puppies.
You ever have trouble seeing the lines you're doing with your highlighter because it's light?
Um, if so, I use like blue. My oldest son Levy complains. He's like, "Mom, you make everything blue." But blue is a great color because it's shadows. So once you draw later, it's already there as shadows. And also it's a darker value. Um, but yeah, I guess I could in low lighting. I'm over here with like a lamp right over me. So we all need those ring lights, I think. You guys doing okay with this? Do you hate me because it's short? My students hate me sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna switch over.
Hmm, that was sneaky.
That was a fast one. Draw like there's no tomorrow. I'm kind of in the mode of 30 seconds now, so you guys will hate me for moving on, but
I'm just gonna gasp each time.
what'd you say?
I'm just gonna gasp. Like, oh, it's fast.
Yeah, I know. It's because you care about your work so much, Michael. You want it to be good.
No,
But this is about not caring, which makes you good.
I just stopped drawing dog noses.
Yeah, just draw a circle. It's just, this is just like just circles basically now. We'll have time for more later. This isn't the only step. We'll maybe do one more. Oh, these little guys.
And it
Right.
says it felt funny to draw sausages for the sausage dog like typecasting.
That is a great observation. Yeah, I think I draw everything like a sausage dog, maybe. I really loved those like how to draw animals books when I was a kid, if you can't tell, because they were all shape-based.
Yeah, but they always go from like a really simple shape and then to an impossibly advanced finished drawing.
Yeah, yeah. Mine go from a really simple shape to a really weird character. That's my evolution. All right. Okay. So, we don't have time for all these babies. I was too ambitious. So there's a couple of things we can do from here. Um, and this is how I start everything. Like the thing I was going to show at the beginning was like a whole comic that was drawn this way of like I just doodled out everything in highlighter and then I go over it in ink to add some information, some definition. So I'll kind of show you guys um, how I do that. Do you let's see, Michael, do you have a preference on which babies I do that with? I
Um,
drew so many.
do that one. Do that one.
This
I like,
this guy?
no,
Okay.
no, do the next one. I like the next one.
These
Yeah,
guys?
do that
Oh,
one. Yeah.
okay. All right. All right.
Yeah,
So
they're
there's a
all
couple
great.
of ways to go about this, and I'll do one of each, and you guys can tell me in the comments what you want to do right now, because either one is super useful. So one thing is to just look at your sketch that you have and go over it and turn it into a dog just by guessing. So even if your sketch is like really messy and you don't know what's going on, like this one, like I may not remember all the details, you could turn it into a dog and that would be fun, right? So it's less pressure if you just draw on it as it is because it's really a scribble thing. My dad and I used to play this game when I was a kid and he would draw a scribble and I would turn it into something and then I would draw a scribble and he would turn it into something. So you can do this with a friend too, which is really fun. So if I wanted to just turn one of these into a dog, I take a darker tool like a pen, maybe I'll use this one or a graphite pencil. And I'm just gonna kind of make it up of like, oh, okay, this is his eye, right? So I'll just start to add some details from what I know about a dog, you know. And sometimes a pen is too slow, so I like to use a pencil because um, I draw better the faster I draw. And I like a lot of cross-hatching as a printmaker because in printmaking, you can't have a lot of value. You have to have what's called implied value. So I just give him some furry details. And then what's really important in a lot of drawing is your contrast. So you want to decide on some areas that are going to be darker than others, like where you want people to focus, which a lot of times with a cute puppy, it's their eyes, right? You want them to look at their eyes. And we know his nose was darker because a lot of times their nose is darker. And then his body is behind his head. So I'm going to make that a little darker back here to give it some depth. And then everything else I do is from like studying everything in this world so much with drawing. It's like, oh, I know his nose kind of like curves around to the side. So I know it'll be more in shadow on the side. And when I need to make something darker than what I have it, I just go over it from another angle with my scribbles. So that's kind of like turning him into something that's kind of a little doggy. But then the other way to go about this is to go back to your reference image, which I think is a little more pressure because then sometimes you feel like there's a right way to do this and there isn't really a right way to do it. But if I'm looking at my reference image now for this other doggy, I'm going to be really nervous because I'm horrible at drawing in front of people, but I'm going to try to go in and I'm never going to trace over a line that I have. I'm going to leave it broken where there's like lighter areas because that's going to imply that it's lighter. And every time I make a mark, I try to add new information. It's just like another layer on here. So I'm just looking at my reference image here and kind
Jackie
of,
is saying, and I'm having a similar thing, that she can't see any of her sketches because
oh,
highlighter. I guess maybe she
mm,
used yellow too.
wow. Well, then you'll have a lot to make up, I guess. So maybe we should work from the reference images if that's the case. It sounds like, because then people could kind of envision more. Well, it's
I,
interesting. That's not a thing I predicted going wrong. I did try to predict many things going wrong because that's how I work. But
I don't know that it goes wrong. I wish that I had a color like yours because it feels like the highlighter is more part of the art than the
mm,
yellow.
mm-hmm.
But I'm having fun
Oh, good.
nonetheless.
Well, you could, do a quick sketch again from the reference with like a pencil maybe, and then go over it with the pen. That would be an option too if someone couldn't see their original highlighter, or turn the overheads on. I hate the overheads personally, but they are good for our old eyes because I can't see much either anymore.
Okay, so we've got some things happening in the chat here. Leisha would like you to explain again about the part about not drawing, retracing the light
Yeah,
lines.
yeah, sure. Um, so I'll show that with another guy here. Let's see, he's good. I really liked this upside down puppy. Um, so this guy here, um, let's see, good pencil. This is this little upside down puppy. So I've got all these lines here, and what happens when you directly trace over a line with like a similar, like a firm line that's kind of the same, what we call line weight everywhere, is it makes this very still. And if we know one thing about a puppy, they're not still, right? It also will make this leg look like it's smaller than it is in reality. So one really good thing to do with line is when I'm looking at the puppy's cheek here, I drew it as just a circle because I was just starting. But when I look at his details or think about it, I know he's hairy. So rather than trace that, I may do these little wispy kind of hair lines instead, or some more scribbly lines. And that's going to bring some life into him. So you're using this like as a guide, like it's a grid almost kind of underneath the way you would draw on a grid if you were using graph paper to plot something. But you don't follow it, like religiously, because it kind of just takes the life out of things in a way. And also when you're drawing, if you're able to bring more information to it, you want to do that because it's going to make your work more lively. And my piece isn't gonna, it's not gonna look just like this puppy. Could I spend hours and do an exact replica drawing of this? Yeah, I could because I've practiced a lot, but that's not really interesting for comics either. Like you don't really, I feel like realism representation gets in the way a lot of storytelling. So I think I've had to learn to draw even more silly to feel good about comics that I make. Another thing I do is what I just did here is like I didn't do a line at all. I just saw that the front of his paw was all in shadow. He's all in shadow here, so I might just like scribble that in. There's a lot of ways to approach it that I hope you guys will feel comfortable just like playing with, you know, and try not to worry about it too much. But I think a lot of this too, to answer the question a little more than anyone wanted, is thinking about my background in printmaking as we work in layers. Every color on a print is a separate drawing that's printed on top of it, the previous drawing. And so you start to think in a kind of sculptural way. I actually started off in sculpture in college, but I caught myself on fire.
Oh,
And yeah, I had these really bad second and third degree burns and missed most of the year. And I just couldn't be around heat anymore. So figured I'd go for acid and printmaking instead. It burns slower.
that's really suffering for the art.
Must have what?
That's really suffering for your art.
Yeah. 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 Well, what do you guys think? You want to try some? Yeah, I'm going to share the reference photos again if that's what people want. Yeah, we can draw from that. Okay. All righty. Thanks for, I saw that chat pop up. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So we'll start with these guys. And I guess I'll go forward to just say what we're doing, right? Um, so one thing you could do that we won't do today just because of time, but you could then after, and this is part of my process, after looking at a bunch of puppies and drawing a bunch of puppies really fast, you could then put all the reference images away and do just puppy scribbles, where you could think about puppies and just draw scribbles. And that can be a great way to find your own style with something to where you don't feel like you're just copying reference images that aren't your own, or you're having to take all these reference images, is to like draw a bunch of something that you're interested in and then put all the images away and draw it some more in the scribble core and then go over it with pen. So that's an example. But what we'll do, because I think it is kind of more approachable, is learn how to use Zoom and look at these references and just spend, maybe 3 or 5 minutes on one and like turn it into a dog that you like. Do you guys have a preference on which one we do from what you looked at? I like audience and participation.
Maybe we should just start there, maybe a
Okay.
few minutes and then flip through them.
Okay. Sounds
Um,
good.
Gail wants for you to scroll through all of them so she can take pictures.
Oh yeah, I'll post a link to this PowerPoint too on the saw thing, so you guys
Oh,
can
sweet.
go through and finish these up later or have it for yourself. And please take screenshots or whatever helps you. So, all right, well, we'll start with my baby Rye, and I will. Do you guys want the big timer on the Zoom or just me do a little timer or more casual?
I think the casual timer is fine.
Okay, cool. I'll take care of that then. I love the timer on Zoom, but it also gives me anxiety, so. All right.
Hannah, lately I've been realizing everything gives me anxiety. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
I think that's kind of what I'm saying here too.
It's almost like I have a condition.
I know. I keep getting more letters added before and after my name, but they're not degrees anymore.
Do you ever, when you switch to the darker instrument, do you ever then go back with the highlighter? Or once you've done the first drawing, you just let it go?
I can't really with some materials. If I'm using a waterproof ink, you can go back with the highlighter. If you're using graphite or you're using a water soluble ink, it'll just make a dirty mess and kind of destroy your tools. But sometimes I do a thing where I'll draw in a light colored highlighter and then sketch it again on top in a slightly darker colored highlighter and then again on top, which I learned a few years ago was the way that Mouse was drawn. Art Spiegelman
Really?
drew first in yellow, and then he drew it all in red, and then he drew it all in blue, and then he put the black on. And that's how he got to those incredible drawings that he did.
Wow.
So, yeah, if you're into this process and like thinking in layers or working in layers, do explore that, because with every layer, if you're not tracing your lines, if you're adding a new piece of information and you have your framework, you'll get to this drawing that's really like at the core of, this puppy or whatever you're drawing. So if you can't see your original highlighter, feel free to go over with the darker tool, because then you're just like Art Spiegelman.
Because I, doing this, regret that I didn't do more fills with the highlighter. Like I basically
Mm.
did contours, so I'm not getting what you're getting, but it's still interesting.
I think either approach is good. It is a bonus that like when you draw messy or draw, like this is a chisel tip highlighter that I'm using. If you draw with the wide side of the chisel tip, you get this what's called a mass gesture, which is where you like build up form through shape. So it's a type of gesture drawing where you're using like more value and form through just a wide tool. It's good to do with like compressed charcoal.
How soft are your dog's ears?
They're velvet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to eat them. He likes to eat my ears too. The great thing about this too is if you find something's in the wrong place, you just draw it on top in the right place. And that's how a lot of my fill happens, Michael, because like I've drawn all this stuff and then it's in the wrong place. So I just
Yeah, I'm finding that because
draw it again.
on the right drawing, I didn't have the left foreleg long enough, so I just went out. And I kind of like the way these are working together.
Yeah, this process, I mean, it may be anxiety filled today because you guys are trying it for the first time, but it's to me very forgiving because you can't really move a dark pen line.
Yeah,
So if you start with a lighter mark and then build up to darker marks, you can do it. And that this comes in part out of something I do with my students of like not letting them erase. Because a lot of times if you erase a line that's wrong, you'll draw it back exactly wrong. But if you leave it and it's light, you'll know where not to do.
yeah, I find I redraw the line and I fix one thing but created another mistake.
Yeah. And then there's, I think, a wonderful part of comics that I'm interested in, which is drawing things wrong in exactly the right way, which is what you get to if you draw like a bunch of puppies really fast and then put all of that away and draw the puppy inside your mind. Well, we've got 5.5 minutes on this. You guys want to try another one? We have a little more time, I think, before share.
Yeah, let's try another one.
Okay. You going to do these guys? Let's see. I already started one of these. My husband's also an artist and he draws completely differently from me. So if this doesn't work for you, it may not. But he starts a drawing and draws on it until it's perfect. That same piece of paper, that same drawing. I'll do like 30 drawings and throw a number of them out. I mean, but I don't really throw them out. I just bind them into a book and draw over them.
That's funny because your drawings look pretty perfect to me.
You're kind. I fully believe there's bad drawing days when like nothing is going to go right, but that is like the best time to learn how to draw for you.
Yeah,
You
I
can
feel
make it
that.
through it.
And there are days where it feels like I just completely forget how to draw.
Oh yeah. I did for months after I had my first kid. I forgot how to draw and it was like the most miserable time of my life. I guess that's a type of postpartum depression you can have because I had it.
Hmm.
And then I did a sketchbook project for this. There used to be the sketchbook library in Brooklyn, but I think it burned down. but I got a sketchbook from them, and you would fill it and mail it back to them, and they'd put it in their library, and that healed me. So,
Libby says when her nephew was little, he was drawing and threw a marker across the room. Um, and his sister said, "What's wrong?" And he said, "There are no animals in that one." It does seem to me that some pens are magic and others are just
Mm,
not magic.
yeah, I agree. For a disposable pen, I use that Linda Berry recommended one, the Papermate Flare.
Yeah,
I blow through them now. I pretty much use them when we do our Promptapalooza because they're faster ink flow than a lot of my fountain pens.
I use these Tombos that Josh Bear recommended.
Mm.
'Cause they come in pack with like a soft tip and a hard tip. And then my hunt for the perfect pen just stopped there.
Oh, Nikki's using watercolors. Yeah, Debbie, it's the Papermate Flare medium. I I can find them usually in boxes. Oh, Gail, you were talking about the Brooklyn project. I think they saved some of the sketchbooks from the fire, and they went to be housed somewhere else, but I don't know where they went. Yeah. Oh, I guess Chris knew that. Oh, the truck burned. Oh my God. Anyway, it's tragedy. I'm always afraid my sketchbooks are gonna all burn up and then I'll just disappear from the earth. They almost got flooded.
Do you digitize them to keep a copy just in
I
case?
do. Yeah, I have some on my website, and then I've been posting them every Friday on my Substack too. I don't scan in everything because it's a lot of crap, and also a lot of gossip, hot goss. So, you guys ever heard of Deuce, this blogger back in the day? I think she's still out there. She got fired from her job for blogging about people at her job, and then she kept going with her website. But yeah, working in higher ed is a very hard place to be right now. So I definitely have things I have to write out about it. All right. It's almost been another 5 minutes on this. Oops. Do you guys want to start one more?
Such a complex question.
Yeah. Maybe with a simple answer of NO could be.
I'm really like wondering what other people have done.
Yeah, Jackie, it was Heather Armstrong. Oh, it's past time to start sharing, Bill said, so we should do that. My bad. All
All
right,
right.
we'll do the share.
Option. I'm gonna remove your spotlight. Anybody want to share what they did? I see Yesha. Yesha, will you come on camera so I can spotlight you? Hey. Hi.
Aisha.
Oh, wait. I gotta find you again and ask you to unmute first. See, it's been a while since I've done this. Okay. I think you unmuted. I saw you unmute, but I don't hear you. No, but it's like a silent movie. But you could hold up your work even if we can't hear you. Wait, no, it looks like you're muted. Let me try one more time. Ask to unmute. Can we hear you now? No. Let's pretend we can hear you and show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. That's so cute.
Oh, that's
I love
awesome.
it.
Nice.
Great job with the shadows. Oh yeah. Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't like this one.
just
I'm
draw another
gonna
one on top.
pretend to narrate for the issue. This came out okay. I was okay with this. I didn't love it though. Okay, now I'll show you another one. This was my favorite drawing of the night, though. This I felt very free and
Oh.
relaxed. I like it, I had fun with it.
It's such personality in there. That's what we're going
And
for is
this one, yeah.
personality.
Thanks, Hitch. I'm sorry we couldn't hear you. I see Lynn next. Lynn, did you get my little?
Yeah,
There you
I got
are.
it. I don't see myself. There I am. Okay, so this is your dog.
Oh,
Yeah, he's so
Oh,
cute. Oh my God, I love him. And then I could, for the life of me, I really couldn't figure out what was going
oh,
on.
that
But
looks
he's so
amazing.
cute.
It's amazing.
Great. This is
He looks like he
really,
just fell down.
yeah, he looked like he just, it's like my big dog sleeps like that. But anyway, thanks, Hannah. This is
Oh,
really great. Really
thank,
fun.
thank you. You really got the life. Like that dog's alive.
Ray is right. No, what's your dog's name?
Rye like the bread.
Right. My son's, yeah, he's adorable. He's really cute. He was a long time ago, though.
thank you for sharing that, Lynn. I see Kat and then Jillian.
Hey
Hi,
there.
Kat.
Hi.
Hello. Well, these are my puppy
Yeah,
attempts. Oh,
great.
I'm getting some blur. Wait a minute. Come on. I'm here.
It's
Focus.
your background. Are you able to turn off the blur background?
I can try. How's this right here? Is that clear?
Right
That
there
works.
works. Yeah,
Yeah.
love it. I love the two babies together.
Proportions are a bit, but this was
No,
fun. I did not expect that to progress, but not bad.
I like it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing. See
More
Jillian.
proportions is more personality.
Hi, everyone.
Wow.
I'm a long time, first time. This is my first time sharing, but I think I've attended every workshop since you guys started with The Believer in 2020. And I told a friend the other day, I was like, I think I've attended every single one and I've never shared. And I wished I had shared from the beginning because the longer it goes, the harder it gets.
Mm.
So I just decided it didn't matter what I drew today, didn't matter how I felt about it. I was just going to share so that I could do it. So thanks so much. And I love these and I'm here every week.
Oh,
That's
wow.
great. That's awesome. And you're not the only one. I have a friend, I'm not going to name any names, who is reluctant to share. And I keep saying, you should share. I'm looking at it right now. You should share. You should share. And she started sharing too. So I hope you share all the time now. And those
Thank
are
you. I feel
beautiful.
like I know so many people here because I see them share every week and I know their names and I recognize them. So I hope I will share again now. So thanks, everyone.
Fantastic. Start the new year off right. I see Eli next and then Joanne. Hey, Eli.
I have a live dog here who's about to jump out of his skin. He's so bored.
Oh,
It's
wow.
super fun. I liked this one. He's fun to draw.
Yes. Now you have to write a story with them.
Yeah.
Got so much
I used
personality.
to have a pug and I love their little faces. Thanks. This is a really great one.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Eli. See Joanne and then Annie. Hi, Joanne.
Yeah, I think I might not have quite gotten it in the beginning. Everything was like just I did an outline. I wasn't using the highlighter with
Mm.
as like a sculpting, but I think I was just having a lot of fun just playing around with adding the lines into
Wow.
it and just working at it from a different way. And then and it just sort of started getting better and better.
Oh,
as I
wow.
was like, yeah. And then I did one from my memory and I started to go, you can
Yes.
have curly hair.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
wonderful. There's no wrong way to do the highlighter. Like line is fine, sculpting is fine. Yeah, I love those. They're great.
Yeah, thank you. I want to do more of it. Thank you.
Me too. Thanks for sharing, Joanne. I see Annie, then Mary.
So
Annie.
hi, Hannah. I've been looking for kind of a way to get into the comic. I don't know. A lot of your questions I agree with. So I used the blue highlighter and then for
Wow.
some reason I turned this one into a kind of a pig dog. I don't know what. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's great. Thank you, Annie.
Good to
I
see you.
see Mary, then Sarah.
Hi, thank you for this. It's fun. I did gesture sketches using a red pencil, and then I did the ink on top. And I
Wow.
particularly liked this guy here.
That's
That animal
awesome.
was so fun to draw and to give him personality.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
So yes, thank you. That was fun.
Those are great.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mary. I see a complete stranger named Sarah Cox.
Felt like I had to share after you said that. It is like jumping off a cliff every time. But Hannah, oh my God, I just learned so much because I've never understood layering. Like I've never painted, I've never done anything that you build up from
Mm.
the bottom. So that was very cool. Let's see. Okay, so there's Rye.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And let's see. There's this guy.
Yeah.
So good.
And honestly, like what I liked the best was when you do it in the highlighter and you even with just like little circles, you get like I like that guy.
Oh,
Mhm.
wow.
Not
Nice.
this one, the one that's like a cartoony one. So yeah, I just learned a ton from I wanted to see what you do with that. I've always seen the end product of when you show your sketchbook. So thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful work setup.
you.
Thanks for sharing. I see another complete stranger, Kathy Kidman. Hi,
Hey,
Kathy.
Hannah, thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
I just did this all on this page and
Nice.
and this is I did exactly what you were saying not to do, which or suggested we do not do, which is put the lines around, and it was very hard not to. It's very hard in my brain not to go around the lines of the right anyway. So it did end up being really flat, which is why I said someone's discarded stuffy. But the one I really liked ended up being this
Oh,
little guy,
so
right?
awesome.
Nice.
Your lines are
And
so
I just
free on
love
that one.
I love how we can just fill in and see what happens rather than try to make something happen because I don't know if I could go through your pictures and figure out which one of the drawings it was, but I still like them. So thanks.
Oh,
Great
thank
job,
you.
Kathy. Those are great. It almost looks like you can see the aura of the dogs, like the energy, the electricity popping off each body. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Oh wait, Nikki. Look at all these people I've never met before. Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi everyone, thank you very much. I had a blast. So
Wow.
I didn't have a highlighter, so I just did pencil, quickly sketched and
Wow.
then filled in the gaps, colored in with metallic watercolor.
Amazing.
Because I didn't have a pen. What were we using second? I can't remember. Oh, we were supposed to go the other way, but anyway.
That's
And
great.
I loved that. That was so cool. What fun!
That's
Good to
beautiful.
see.
There's another
Nikki.
postcard done.
Wow, the shine.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
it's so funny with the metallics because if you put them at a certain angle, you actually can't see them. They just go all shimmery.
You can send an
So
SOS signal.
made it a bit tricky.
Beautiful,
Anyway,
Nikki.
thank
Thank you.
you everyone, and thank you so much. It was I'm glad I came.
That's
Well,
great.
thanks for coming.
Stacy. Hey, hey.
Hello. Hey, hey.
Hey.
It's Saturday. Okay, I only got a couple done. I kind of obsessed. So this one I actually did like lead pencil first, and then when that's not dark enough, so got out like a black pencil on that one with the photo reference, and then I did that
Oh, wow.
one from memory because I kind of liked where that was going. It was one of
Oh,
the
I
last
love it.
Wow.
That's
Those are
great.
Those are all my blobs.
Good
Thank you.
perspective.
I love your work so much, and I'm so delighted to be able to learn how you do your process. And I love using scrap paper too, so I'm gonna start doing that a bit more. So
Perfect.
I love yours. Thank you.
Yeah, Libby's right.
Beautiful.
The whole page is great. Like the composition of all of it together.
Amy in
Thanks.
chat says that she feels like this approach unlocks something in her brain. Thank you. And it's
Well,
really interesting because I feel like I know the drawing styles of so many of you, and this is something new. So I think this unlocked something for a lot of people. I see
Yeah,
Mary next, but
definitely.
I need you to come on camera to spotlight you. I'll come back to Mary. I see Hisla.
Hi.
Yay. Hi.
Hi, Hannah. Good to see you.
Ooh.
These are mine.
Wow.
Mostly from memory. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I see Bill.
Okay, I completely misunderstood the assignment. I heard gesture drawings and make them bad. So let me see if I can get better lighting. I did the first two as gesture drawings and decided to turn them into funhouse mirrors.
wow,
And
those
then
are
I
great.
decided to just go my own way
Wow.
because I'm just a cartoonist, so I'm just goofing around and trying to
Very
make people
cool.
laugh. So
Did you
that's
have
all I
fun,
came up
Bill?
with. What?
Did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I had fun. I thought like, oh, these must be for inspiration. We can't possibly be supposed to be using these as models.
The
So
eyes are
there we
great.
go. Glad you like them.
Beautiful work. Thank you, Bill. Oh, Mary's on camera. Good. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Oh,
See?
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
And then I guess here's some more.
Beautiful.
They're like a poem of a drawing. I love them.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mary. Now I see Eli. Did we see you, Eli? Will we come back to you? No, okay. I see Sean Tripp. You come on camera. I can spotlight you.
Okay.
There you are.
Yep. All right. So basically, I used this highlighter.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, I love the Stabilio Boss. You can find those at they did have them at Michael's. They probably still got them. And then I used this ballpoint pen. And this is what I came up with. I didn't do all of it,
Love it.
but that one's like my second favorite. And then one here, that is like my main favorite.
That's amazing. The shadow.
Yeah.
Really good. Love it.
But we'll just go ahead and I'll take the paper back so you can see the entire page.
Yeah, the whole page looks great together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Really alive.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I see Christian. Can you come on camera so I spotlight you?
Hello.
There you are.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah, this is my dogs. This is a hair dog, and this is a dog, my brother's dog.
Nice. They look great. I love the
Yeah.
multiple ears flicking around.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great.
Thanks, Christian. And Jennifer.
Hello.
Oops. Oh, did I do it right? Yeah, I did. Hi. Okay.
Hi.
Am I unmuted? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. So, I had two hungry cats here. So I I had willing models, so I started drawing cats, and then I did I only had a very bright pink.
Oh, pink's good. It's hard to see
Yeah.
with the blur.
Yeah, we're
can't
getting
too
the
hot.
background blur, but yeah, some of them are coming into focus.
Come on. Would it help if maybe I'm just moving it too much? I don't know.
I think it's because your background is on blur, so the camera's
Oh,
having
okay.
trouble
What if
focusing on the art.
You can come back to me while I unblur my
All right,
background.
we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
But I see Jackie, another complete stranger. Jackie. Oh, damn, I didn't ask you to unmute first, so let me unmute, then spotlight you. Do you also have 200 cats, Jackie? No, you're still muted. I'm gonna unspotlight you, pass on mute.
All right, how's that?
There you are.
All right, yes. I don't have hundreds of cats. I just have two. Boo is not to be upstaged by all these dogs. So, so this is just
Oh, wow.
Oh, beautiful.
So great.
I don't know, the big eyes are I always think of as like making something extra cute. And then I love wiener dogs, so I did that wiener dog puppy there.
I love him.
And there's
He's
my
got a
other-
body extension.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Well, I thank you. I like this dog with like that the whole foreshortening thing that Rye had going on here in that puppy picture.
Yeah.
It's because it's like his back legs were very small, but I like how he was,
Yeah.
going up to the camera in that one.
Beautiful.
Thanks. This was fun, and I needed this, so appreciate it.
Thank you, Jackie. Let's go back to Jennifer, who unblurred, and then we'll go to Michelle.
This works. Is that
Oh,
better?
now we can see them.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I worked on the cats, but then I started working on the dog, and no, it's a really cool technique. I appreciate this. I had fun with it. Mine is very like high contrast, so I think it'd be interesting to go and try it with a different pen and a different highlighter to get a more subtle effect. But yeah, I was enjoying it.
That's a great gesture with that curved line down the cat.
Yeah.
Twitchy tail.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
Thank you, Jennifer. And now Michelle.
Whoop,
Oh.
hello here. I don't know what that is. Okay, I'm Michelle. This is what I came up with. Kind of hard to see. There's not a lot of light in here. That makes it worse. Anyway, I did the highlighter part with just like a blue colored pencil. So it didn't really give that shadow that the other like you guys got. But it, you know, I like that it lets you like you can draw it a second time without drawing it a second time.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Those
so
look cool.
you get a second chance without, you know, killing your drawing.
Those
Very
look
cool.
good.
Thank you. Nikki, did you have something else that you wanted to share, or is your hand still up from
Oh no,
before?
sorry, just my hand's still up. I'll lower it. Sorry about that.
I'm going to share. I usually can't host and draw, but for some reason I found the strength. I don't know if you can see the yellow.
Yes.
That's one. And then I was like alternating between pencil and pen and just grabbing whatever was there.
Those are great.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if I was going to do it again, I think that I would do more fills with the highlight because I think I was just doing contours.
Yeah.
But still, you get that kind of aura thing I was talking about before.
Yeah, they're glowing.
This may be my
They're so good. So
that seems to
expressive.
have the most character. This is a lot of fun. I'm very, very freeing.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Did we get everybody that wanted to share? Well, Hannah, thanks so much. Where
Oh,
are you,
yeah.
Hannah? Will you come
I
back
have
on
one more
camera?
thing, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Am I on? I thought I was on camera. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited to see your drawings, and I hope you post them online so I can like look at them longer. I am super excited. This was like my steps. I'll post this and like what you can do with it later. But I'm going to be teaching a 4-week figure drawing for comics workshop, April to
Ooh,
May with Saw.
What?
I'm like really excited about it. So if you liked any part of this or know someone who would, I'd really appreciate you sharing that. And I think info will be out soon. So
Yeah, I know someone, me. I want to take that class.
I hope you'll be there. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, this was just so much fun. It's so awesome to see all of your drawings and see everyone's faces and kind of meet some new people. So I hope to connect with you guys on the network too. So reach out. Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
And I think, Hannah, according to tradition, this is when Real Tom asks everybody to unmute and just thank Hannah for an amazing workshop.
Yay,
Woohoo!
Hannah!
Yay, Hannah!
Thank you, Hannah. Great, Hannah.
Thank you.
Hannah.
So good.
Brilliant. Really good.
So great.
So many puppies.
Yay!
So great, Hannah. Thank you.
Encore, Hannah. Yes.
Yeah, again.
And
the puppies.
I hope you'll join us next Friday for some graphic novel intensive artists reading from their work. And have a great weekend, everybody. Make lots of good comments.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night,
you, guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye.
hosting, Michael.
Thanks for coming.
Great job,
around.
Michael.
Takite ano.
Thanks, everybody.
See
Good
you
night.
next week.
Thank you. Bye.